I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Friday, April 17th. Today, a possible break on your water bill.
80,000 new people have come to Winnipeg. That means more people taking showers, flushing toilets.
The city ends up with an unexpected windfall from Winnipeg water and sewer bills. How much extra they have and how that cash could be used. Also today.
We now have pipes in the ground at Centerport South, and here we are talking about announcements with more to come.
Boeing pledges millions of dollars for Winnipeg. How the aerospace company will be investing that cash in our city. Plus, getting ready for the Manitoba Motorcycle Ride for Dad. How much money the annual fundraiser has already earned for prostate cancer research. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. In recent years, taxes and fees have been largely going in one direction, up. But Winnipeg taxpayers could soon be getting a bit of a break, at least when it comes to city water bills. The mayor is proposing a rate freeze instead of the planned 4% increase. Joining me now live to explain is CTV's Daniel Halmerson. Danny, how would the city be able to afford this freeze?
Well, Marilee, it's because the city has unexpectedly raised more money than anticipated from your previous water bills. How much more? $67 million. The mayor says the water and sewer revenues were higher than expected in 2025 due to a couple of reasons. One, increased consumption of water, and secondly, more accurate meter readings. With this extra cash, the mayor, along with Finance Chair Jeff Brawadi and Water and Waste Chair Ross Eady, are proposing 3 ways to use the windfall. They want to freeze water and sewer rates in 2027 at a cost of $15 million. Redesign a program offering support to homeowners struggling to pay their water and sewer bills, which would cost just over $1 million. And they're proposing reducing the city's debt requirement for its share of the North End Water Pollution Control Center. That could free up roughly $50 million in borrowing capacity for other infrastructure projects.
Winnipeg has grown. We've demonstrated that, over the last 3 years, 80,000 new people have come to Winnipeg. That means more people taking showers, flushing toilets. So, there is, growth in that way as well.
This idea will be discussed at the April 21st meeting of the Mayor's Executive Policy Committee. It would also require approval by City Council.
All right, Danny, if the only discussion is about how to spend this money, is this pretty much a done deal then?
Well, there is a potential fly in the ointment when it comes to that potential rate freeze. The mayor says it would be dependent on Ottawa and the province each committing to fund a third of the cost of the North End water treatment plant. So stay tuned.
There's always a catch. All right, thanks, Danny. Aerospace company Boeing is committing millions of dollars to expand manufacturing here in Winnipeg. The company says the $36 million will be used to advance aerospace research and development, including in the fields of automation and collaborative robotics. Boeing already has a presence in Winnipeg. The company manufactures parts and assemblies for commercial and military aircraft, such as the P-8 Poseidon. The provincial and federal governments, along with a coalition of First Nations, are sharing a vision for a protected area in the province's north, and your feedback is wanted. The plan would establish the entire Seal River watershed as an Indigenous, protected, and conserved area. This means its future and ongoing management would be guided by Indigenous culture and leadership through an appointed board. About 2/3 of the 50,000 square kilometer watershed would become a new provincial park where hunting, fishing, outfitting, and ecotourism would continue. The eastern third of the area, including the land around Tuduli Lake, would become a new national park. Outfitting and licensed hunting would be allowed to continue in some places for 10 years. A cancer diagnosis is terrifying for the person getting the news and for those who love them. But it doesn't mean you're powerless to do something, and a group of Winnipeg kids are proof of that. A decade ago, Ecole Charleswood School's librarian, Erin Daniels, was diagnosed with cancer. As she battled the illness, she was away from the school for a few years, but she wasn't far from her students' thoughts. They launched the Ecole Charleswood Cancer Care campaign, and it's been a spectacular success. Over the past decade, the school community has raised nearly $32,000. And now, in honor of her lasting impact, the school has officially dedicated the library in her name.
We just wanted to do something that was really special and to also keep her spirit alive. She was an excellent teacher librarian who loved getting books in the hands of kids, so we thought this was an excellent tribute for her.
Sadly, Erin Daniels passed away in 2024, but through the cancer care campaign and the library itself, her memory lives on. Well, get ready to get your motor running. This year marks the 18th annual Manitoba Motorcycle Ride for Dad. Today was the official kickoff for the annual event. The Manitoba Motorcycle Ride for Dad is part of a Canada-wide fundraiser. The goal is to raise cash for prostate cancer research and education, and it's been very successful. Over the past 17 years, the event has raised nearly $6 million here in the province. Ride Day is Saturday, May 30th. For details on how to sign up, just go to ridefordad.ca. Hopefully, Mother Nature can get
its act together.
Her seasons aligned by then.
Yeah, we're working on it.
What's going on, Colleen?
Next week looks much more promising, but boy, oh boy, was it a slippery start to the day here in the southeast this morning. A band of freezing rain was basically lying diagonally through the Red River Valley and really affecting much of southeastern Manitoba and into parts of northwestern Ontario. But that's not the only thing we've been contending with today. There's an awful lot of snow that continues to come down in the Parkland area around Dauphin. They've been getting snow all day long in those surrounding areas, and also too off into northwestern Ontario. All that mixed precipitation headed east there. I'll have more details about that, a look at the weekend forecast, and of course the big warm-up that's in store for next week. The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution in Winnipeg right now. Cloudy and -3 degrees with those winds out of the northwest. The wind chill feels like -11. The pressure is rising and the humidity is 73%. Out in traffic, a live look at the St. James Bridge. Very busy southbound, not so much headed northbound. It looks like overall, though, traffic is moving pretty smoothly.
We are not dealing with the person on the other end of the card. We're dealing with an unknown figure.
A new scam targeting businesses, how it works and how much money one business lost to it. Investors are embracing some potentially positive news out of the Middle East. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez explains.
Markets shot up today on news the Strait of Hormuz is fully reopening. The move up for stocks came with a move down for oil. West Texas had a double-digit drop. The biggest losers on the TSX were energy stocks. They were down about 3%. The biggest gains were made in consumer discretionary stocks. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 73.05. West Texas Intermediate down over $8 to 82.59. Western Canadian Select is up over $2 to 72.70. And the TSX shot up 294 points today, but still is shy of a record. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Chargeback scams are a form of theft where a person claims they didn't receive an item they purchased in order to get their money back. Now some criminals are using stolen credit cards to defraud businesses out of thousands of dollars. CTV's Pat Foran shows you how the scheme works.
Lemon and Lavender is located in Bloor West Village and is a shop that sells adult gifts, toys and books for children, and greeting cards.
What are these things? They're very cute.
Yeah, so they're Jellycat. They are the #1 plush toy in the world.
Owner Christina Kodiatis says it was almost Christmas, a busy time for her store, when someone called in to order larger versions of the plush toy.
It was an elderly British woman that said she needed to purchase some gifts for her grandchildren to go back to the UK.
The first order was for just over $2,100, and she paid with a credit card over the phone.
When she purchased them, she said a driver was going to come pick them up. We didn't think twice about it. We wrapped it up nicely for her. We met the driver at the door. We handed him the items, and that was the end of it.
Days later, the same person called back and made another order for almost $1,800. Everything seemed fine, but the following month, the credit card company issued a chargeback saying the credit card that was used was stolen. Corner Card told CTV News, "Our customer has no connection to Canada and confirmed he did not carry out the transactions in question. The transaction is fraudulent, which is why chargeback proceedings were initiated." Kodiatis is now owed almost $4,000.
We are not dealing with the person on the other end of the card. We're dealing with an unknown figure of who placed the order.
With chargeback fraud, retailers lose the purchase amount, the merchandise itself, they must pay shipping fees, they're penalized by the payment processor, and waste time fighting fraud. When Cody Addis posted what happened on social media, other businesses said the same thing happened to them.
This seems to be an ongoing, continuous scam using the same format, an elderly British woman calling and buying for her grandchildren.
The store now redirects callers to their website for purchases and says the scam is a warning for others.
There's no protection for the business. There's just nothing to help us with, and that this can happen again. And that really worries me.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Ending on a high note, the show closing out the season for Manitoba Opera.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting the Fab Four, the ultimate tribute.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight. And Colleen, the curtain is about to fall on Manitoba Opera season.
That's right, and it's closing out on a high note with Mozart's comedy, The Marriage of Figaro. The zany four-act masterpiece centers on the approaching marriage of servants Figaro and Susanna. But everything is not going to plan as the wily Count threatens to upend the nuptials.
The Count has other plans for the wedding day. He's got his eyes set on Susanna and he wants to upend things. So he's Figaro and Susanna team up together with the Countess, and it's a day of disguises and tricks and schemes to uncover the Count's true intentions.
Will the marriage go ahead? Will the Count be successful in wooing Susanna? You can find out for yourself. Shows are happening tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. However, tickets are limited. You can head to MB Opera to find out more.
Well, we haven't seen the Avengers assemble since 2019's Endgame, but that is about to change this year.
Finally, yes. Avengers Doomsday will bring many of the popular superheroes back for a new big screen adventure, and the first full trailer for the franchise has been played for a select audience. Disney showcased the first theatrical trailer for Avengers Doomsday on Thursday during the closing day of CinemaCon in Las Vegas. The clip offered the first look at Robert Downey Jr. as the villainous Dr. Doom. It's his first return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe since the death of Iron Man in Endgame. It will premiere on December 18th, the same day as Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 3.
Some competition there. All right, we are getting a new look at another hotly anticipated movie.
The final trailer has just been released for the Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
The movie brings back Pedro Pascal from the television series as the Mandalorian. It also adds Sigourney Weaver to the cast, along with Jeremy Allen White, who's voicing a member of the Hutt family. The film is directed and co-written by Jon Favreau, who created the original series. It hits theaters May 22nd.
To a disturbing story now out of Hollywood. A popular singer, David, has been arrested on suspicion of killing a 14-year-old girl.
This really is a pretty shocking story. The girl's decomposed body was found 7 months ago in his apparently abandoned Tesla. Los Angeles police arrested the 21-year-old singer, whose legal name is David Burke, on suspicion of murder. The body of 14-year-old Celeste Hernandez was found in a Tesla registered in the singer's name a day after she would have turned 15. In a statement, the singer's lawyers say the evidence in this case will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Hernandez, and he was not the cause of her death. He is currently being held in custody.
The world of country music has lost an important voice, although you likely don't know his name, but you would instantly recognize the songs he wrote.
No question. Don Schlitz wrote several iconic songs from Kenny Rogers, including The Gambler.
Get right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up.
Everybody now.
That's right, and that's going to be in your head For days and days, well, it should be. Don Schlitz, who wrote Kenny Rogers' hits like The Gambler, On the Other Hand, and Forever and Ever, Amen, died on Thursday. The songwriter wrote hit songs for a number of artists, including Randy Travis, The Judds. My goodness, it's a Friday, Marilee. The Judds and Tanya Tucker, the two-time Grammy Award winner, was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame. He was 73 years old.
Dawn, thank you for all those great songs.
Absolutely.
Enjoying them all these years later. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your Friday primetime lineup begins tonight at 7 with Celebrity Jeopardy. Happy's Place and Children Ruin Everything come next at 8. And at 9, you can catch Boston Blue.
CTV Primetime Lineup, brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
And as we take a live look at a very busy Osborne Village, a traffic note. If you use Portage Avenue through downtown next week, take note. From Monday right through to Friday, westbound Portage goes down to just one lane between Carleton and Edmonton. That's to accommodate crane work at Portage Place. Expect major delays throughout the week next week.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Stranded for weeks off the coast of northern Germany. It's a chance of survival dims by the day, but there is a new chance at a rescue. A private company has stepped in to help. It plans to use air cushions to lift the whale to the surface and then onto a tarp. If it works, the whale could then be pulled back out to sea. Experts argued against a rescue, saying the chances of survival were low. But officials now say new veterinary assessments have shown the whale is in better condition than they first thought.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
All right, I'm just going to pretend today's weather didn't happen, Colleen. What is the rest of the weekend look like?
Listen, just keep singing The Gambler and swing back and forth. I have it stuck in my head and it'll get you through. Well, I'll tell you what, it is going to be on the sunny side. It is just not going to be on the warm side just yet. Once we get to Monday, inconveniently bypassing the weekend, the temperatures then start to take back off and it will feel like spring, both the sky conditions and the temperature. So we're almost there. We're almost there. But until then, we have to contend with things like freezing rain and ice pellets and outright rainfall and snow. As for the freezing rain, that moved off. I'll explain that in just a moment. But we do have that snow that continues just to spin around the Parkland area. This is already many centimeters. I had one viewer contact me earlier this afternoon who figures 18 to 20 centimeters of snow is sitting out where she is in Dauphin, and it's just been circulating all throughout the afternoon. Minneota, Birtle, Russell, just around Swan River, over to Strathclair, and back into Saskatchewan, contending with that snow that continues to fall. Now, Winnipeg, you can see there's the next round of precipitation about to make its way into the city. Just a few flurries or light snow. It moves along pretty quickly. Now, as for this morning, as it turns out, that band of freezing rain did come right into Winnipeg. The reason being is that the jet stream basically took a lot of moisture and warm air from North Dakota and just lobbed it into the Red River Valley aloft. At the surface, there was cooler air that is already there. As you know, it's been a little cool lately. You mix it all together, and that triggered that freezing rain that turned to ice pellets and then to snow here in Winnipeg in the Red River Valley. All that headed east, and so we've got all this rain you can see pushing further off to the east now, but still in the western flank, a little bit of freezing rain there, a little bit of snow closer to Fort Frances and Dryden, but also you can see the odd thunderstorm flash. There was all kinds of lightning activity popping up on the radar just to the east of Fort Frances, making its way toward Sioux Lookout earlier today. As we head into tonight, though, that precipitation in northwestern Ontario, all kinds of it. We've got showers, freezing rain and snow, all continues to push off to the east, as does the snow back in Manitoba. It will continue tonight, though, through central regions, parts of the north, more so up into the northeast over the next few hours. Meanwhile, areas along the Saskatchewan border from north to south in Manitoba will clear out. We will gradually, too, as we get into Saturday morning. As we get into the afternoon, that's when we'll likely start to see some sunshine here in Winnipeg and the Red River Valley. Temperatures, though, will struggle to get to around the freezing mark. We get into Sunday, we brighten brighten up and we warm up, but we will still be well below normal for this time of year, but at least we'll be above freezing, which, given the last couple of days, says something. For tonight, we drop down to -8 degrees. The likelihood of those flurries you saw there on the radar, they're pretty much at our doorstep coming in from the west. Winds out of the north at 30 kilometers an hour. 0 is our high tomorrow. Mix of sun and clouds. Strong northwest winds continue throughout the day on Saturday. Sunshine on Sunday up to 3 degrees. Then here is that jump. Mix of sun and cloud Monday, 15 degrees. Brighter Tuesday, 15 again. 20 our forecast high under a mix of sun and cloud Wednesday. 15 Thursday with a pretty good likelihood of either some rain showers or some light rain. Our first weather photo takes us out to Roblin with that snow falling, and those feathered friends are just waiting out the snow. That photo is from Susan. And this next photo is from Sandy. Now this is Vimy and Wyatt out on their morning walk along the Transcona Bioreserve here in Winnipeg. Email us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. The Winnipeg Humane Society has an adorable but very real problem. Too many puppies.
Look at the tongue going.
Oh, there we go. We did it.
Did we mention they're adorable? The Humane Society has a pile of puppies in its care right now. Last year at this time, they had 18. Right now, they have 25. And it is expensive to take care of so many baby dogs. More importantly, shelter officials say despite all the love that volunteers give them, the Humane Society is not a home. They want these puppies to grow up lounging on sofas, going for walks, and enjoying endless cuddles with their forever families.
Yeah, all of these puppies need homes, and every room that holds a puppy is another room that even our adult dogs in the back are not able to fill and then be visible and go find homes too. So we definitely would love to get them into their forever homes.
I'll take them all. Yeah. Keep me away from the Humane Society. Somebody go get them.
Yes.
If you want to meet some of the puppies available for adoption, just head over to the Winnipeg Humane Society. They are located in South Winnipeg at 45 Hearst Way. What a nice distraction from the weather outside.
Right. There you go.
All right, that does it for us this hour. Don't go farther. We're back at 6 with much more local news. Hope to see you then.